Well, what is going on, gang? Welcome back to A Therapeutic Edge. It's great to have you here today. I've got something very, very nice on the table. This is a CKF, and this is the BLAVA, B-L-A-V-A. And if I'm mispronouncing that, I'm sure someone will correct me in the comments. This is a hell of a pocket knife. It's open construction. It is a frame lock, as you can see. It is an enormous blade in M398. This is number 222. Well, you can see that. I don't know. 222. They tend to make their knives in numbered batches. I love this shape, this sort of Persian sweep. It's a clip point. Excuse me. It's a trailing point. I know what I'm doing. But we tend to call these Persian style blades. It's got that almost pistol grip dive at the base of the handle. This really speaks to me. These are available. I got this one at NC Blades. I'll put a link in the description if you're interested. They make this one, which is sort of bluish, and then they make a couple in different colors and stuff. The milling is really nice. Right, little bit of blue anno right there. Just an excellent pocket knife. I have another Persian style CKF that you'll be seeing here pretty quick. This one, in fact, called the Persian. You guys don't need that cat hair. Also, trailing point, but just a slightly more straightforward design. The BLAVA is just interesting. And for me, exceptionally comfortable. Now, these are not inexpensive, but right now on the NC Blades website, they're about $310, which is like $150 or something off their normal price. I'll put a link, of course, as I said, in the description. You can, I don't know if the sale's still going to be going or what, but even if it's not, that is just an excellent cutting tool. So let's take a look at what you get. As I said, you get M398 blade steel. You get all titanium running on multi-row ceramic bearings. The inside of this, which is not going to show up, maybe you see it a little bit right there, is really milled out, which cuts down on the weight. It's got a lovely milled pocket clip. It's milled as well through the center. It's got great ramp, right? A good spring. It fits even in the heaviest of pockets because of how far that's a good gap. It's got a lanyard hole if you're into that sort of thing. I'm not, but you know, you could be. Now here's an interesting catch on the lanyard. It's only on one side, which means if you put a lanyard through, it's going through just this right here. I know some people aren't going to like that, but I don't mind because my experience has been, on the few knives that I did put a lanyard on, if it goes through the entire handle of the knife, it makes coming to a knot, right, a hold, really difficult. Whereas with this, because it's just on one side, it's going to pull tight easily and stay there. That's up to you. I'm not putting a lanyard on this because I don't generally do that. But if I was, that would make me happy. Let's use the magic ruler. Take a look at what you're going to get with your BLAVA. We are looking at... I need something straight. This will do. So if we line this up, yeah, so you're looking at 3 1/4, 3 1, just shy of 3 3/4 of cutting. But of course you get a lot more than that because of the sweep of cutting on 3.5 inches overall of that M398. Handle length from end to end is 4 3/4. The grip area from behind that swell right there is 4 and about a tenth, about a tenth. So just a little bit over 4 inches from end to end, which means that even in my big hands, and I do have big hands, you got a knife sticking out the back, which I like. From end to end, she's coming in at just about 8 1/4. Let's get that straight. Yeah, 8 1/4. It is a full-size knife. And again, just really well made. You can front flip it. It's not, I mean, it's built for it. That's why the jimping comes all the way up and you get that little front flipper mohawk. It's not my favorite way to deploy this knife. By far, this is a thumb stud knife, and it is really, really good. The action is solid. I love that click at the end. The millwork on the inside of the show side scale is beautiful. Adds a little bit of texture. It's just lovely. There is what looks like, I'm sure that's going to show up. Yeah, there's a little bit of Timascus around the pivots, just a little collar. And I really like the thumb studs. So if I hold this thing up, look at these lovely pyramid-shaped thumb studs that just work, right? They don't tear your thumb up. It's just a nice knife. Now, CKF is interesting and long history. Maybe your thing, maybe not. I've had a bunch of them. At this point, the only two that I have are that Persian that I showed you and the BLAVA here. I get them, and they don't always stay, but these two are going to, because I just love this design. All right, let's do some size comparisons. Here it is against the full-size Ritter Hogue. So I'm trying out this new black mat, and I like it, but it shows everything. If I line the tips up, as you can see, this is a little bit longer, but because of this, I mean, it's a much bigger knife, but because of that almost S shape, we're coming in at about a ½ inch longer than a full-size Ritter Hogue, or full-size grip, if you will. And in fact, here's a full-size grip. Yeah, right. So the BLAVA is longer than both of those. And of course, we're going to use our standard small knife comparison tool, which is the bug out. And as you can see, it just dwarfs the bug out. Let's see how much of this M398 you get. There it is. Back here at the thickest point, we're talking about 4 millimeters, which is, you know, there was a time when a 4 millimeter blade stock was considered pretty thick, but today, for bigger knives, that's fairly common. Yep. The handle itself is reasonably thin. It's not shaped at all, right? So it's just a flat slab. So you're looking at 12 millimeters, which is just slightly less than ½ an inch. Where you're going to know this thing is in the pocket is this way. Now, because there's no flipper tab, right, it's not going to stab stuff that's in your pocket. But if we go here, you're talking about 38 millimeters, which is, yeah, 1.5 inches this way. So it's definitely going to chew up some pocket. Where did we say this thing was from end to end? Yeah, just about 5 inches. We're coming in at 4.9. So you're going to know it's in the pocket, but it's not too bad. Let's weigh it out and see how it shows. Oh, that's up on the thing. There we go. All right. Yeah, 4.9. So less than 5 ounces for a knife this big. I mean, realistically, what do we come to? Line that up. I mean, yeah, we're coming in at, actually, it's just a hair over 8.5 inches. That's a good knife. For 310 bucks, it's an unstoppable knife. For 450, you'd have to really like it. But here's the thing. If you look at this and think, I'm going to like that, you probably will. If you like the Padre, which is a very similar handle shape, you're really going to like the BLAVA. And that's where we're going to wrap it up. This is the CKF BLAVA. B-L-A-V-A, BLAVA. Hey, look, I don't know. If I'm getting that wrong, somebody tell me down in the comments. I am really glad that I added this to the collection. It is just a beautiful and excellent cutting tool from the folks at CKF. I hope you've enjoyed this look at it. I know I've enjoyed owning it. We're going to wrap it up there. Thank you so much for your time. And remember, take care of yourselves and Take care of each other. We'll see you next time.